Hi, is your critical inner voice trying to sabotage you and your ability to go forward with necessary life changes? By the end of this video, you'll understand more about the motivation of your critical inner voice and how you could possibly tame it and take a step to begin to get free. Hi, I'm Sheila Belanger. I created this channel to support people at the edge of change. For practical guidance on how to navigate your transformational journey at the edge of change, subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell so you can be notified when I put a new video up every Tuesday. I'm a strategic transformation coach. I have helped thousands of people, clients, students, guidees, to be with their edges of change, make important, potent changes, and go forward with living more their full potential. Now you get a chance to see my signature course and program that helps you to make those changes.
To make changes, tame your critical inner voice. Get free of toxic smallness. When you're at the edge of inner changes, your critical inner voice can sabotage your ability to go forward. Put the brakes on majorly. No, no, no. Now, inner edges are challenging. You know that. At these edges, you know that your old life and identities are over, but you do not yet know who you are becoming nor where you are going. Very confusing, disconcerting time, but also amazingly important for helping you go forward into the new phase of your life. You need a map to help you navigate unfamiliar inner territories so you can begin to tame your critical inner voice and be free to move forward. The Transformation Journey Roadmap is a guide to navigate your edges of change. It's a 6-stage journey that I've created from my 35 years of working with clients and students and guidees. It's a powerful roadmap to help you navigate your edges of change and be supported to grow into your greater potential. The Transformation Journey Roadmap is especially designed for those who are ready to commit to effective inner work practices of self-healing, cultivating your innate wholeness, and apprenticing to your visionary and intuitive nature. The roadmap is particularly important for those of you who are sensitive, empathetic, intuitive, aware of other realities. It really helps you ground and acknowledge these gifts in you and not to be overwhelmed. If that's not really something that you feel connected to, your intuition or your sensitivity, then the roadmap might not be the best ally for you. So let's explore stage 1 of the Transformation Journey Roadmap to help you begin to tame your critical inner voice. Stage 1 is called Track Your Inner Figures. In this stage, you understand how key inner figures contribute to your habitual limitations. You got to track them. Now, you know you carry many selves within you. We all know there's a whole village that lives inside of us. All kinds of characters, all kinds of various expressions of ourselves. Some of them we don't even know. And these inner selves are various parts of your personality, and you have wholeness as well as wounded inner figures. Each of these wholeness and wounded inner figures has its own way of thinking, feeling, and being. Now, the dominant wounded inner figures are often habitual and rooted in your adaptive childhood survival strategies. We all have them. No matter what kind of upbringing you had, there's been some challenges as a child, and we create survival strategies to get through. You had to make choices to move away from your innate true nature to survive and fit into cultural and family systems, to be the good child, good boy, good girl, to get those points, to fit in. And you may have experienced that parts of you were not welcome. Stop, do not enter, do not bring that one to the dinner table. Again, a common experience for many of us. Your wounded inner figures took on the job to ensure that you fit in so that you would survive and not be exiled, which would be devastating as a child. Their limited, fearful mindsets rehearse your adaptive childhood survival strategies over and over again. And it's like, stop being who you are, stuff it. They believe that their job is to protect you by keeping you small, safe, and invisible so that you socially belong. They are your limiting protectors, and we all have them, various versions of them, your limiting protectors. Your critical inner voice is the primary protector who believes it's their job to keep you held in what could be felt to be toxic smallness. Lots of no's, lots of boxes. Get smaller, be quiet, get invisible. Critical inner voice has a job to protect you. They criticize you to stop you from expressing the parts of you that were too dangerous to express as a child. And they have a whole basket of muzzles and leashes that they bring out whenever they feel the need. Your critical inner voice usually tries to stop you with limiting self talk, punitive inner mantras, and dramatic fear stories.
Okay, here's a self-tracking moment. What is one of the favorite phrases that your critical inner voice uses to try to stop you from changing? There's probably several, but is there a favorite one that you hear over and over again? If you feel okay sharing it, put it in the comments below. We're all going to see how common these phrases are. Thanks.
However, your critical inner voice is out of sync with the times because you're not a child anymore. You're an adult. You have more resources, capacities, and life experience that you had as a child. Your basket is a lot fuller. You can successfully navigate the difficult places and situations that you couldn't do as a child. You have resources, you have skills. Unless you have experienced unhealed trauma, and if that's so, it is essential to get external support to heal with a therapist, a counselor, or a healer of some kind. Be very respectful of yourself. Don't push yourself over the edge if you have unhealed trauma. Stop and get the support you need to heal that trauma. So stage one of the transformation journey roadmap, track your inner figures. Here's where you compassionately track your inner wounded figures who habitually limit you and sabotage your ability to change and grow. Self-reflection and self-tracking are key practices to tame your critical inner voice. You have to keep an eye on how this one makes its moves inside of you because we can go under the spell of the critical inner voice. You have to track and reflect. You have to recognize that your critical inner voice is actually a wounded part of you that needs compassionate support. Now, most people have no desire to be compassionate towards their critical inner voice because it's such a pain in the butt. However, it's a wounded part of you and it does need compassionate support. To begin to tame your critical inner voice, first acknowledge that you no longer need to be protected by them. You have to set yourself free from that limiting mindset. You don't need them to protect you and keep you small, safe, and invisible. And that your critical inner voice actually is the one that needs help. That's the big mindset shift with the self-tracking with the critical inner voice. It's actually a wounded part of you that needs help instead of it trying to help you fit in and get safe. Your critical inner voice gets twisted up with mental fear, anxiety, and painful stories from your past. One way to tame your critical inner voice is to be in the present moment, now, not as a child, with a connection to nature and to feel your strength and capacities. Nature is the matrix of life. And when we're in nature, even if it's just sitting with a tree in a park or smelling a flower on the sidewalk, we are remembering our own nature, our own deep strength and resiliency. So one way to tame, the best way, is get you into nature in some way to connect and feel your strength and capacities. Bridget Nicole says, one of the most courageous decisions you'll ever make is to finally let go of what is hurting your heart and soul. So important. Now, for many of you, you're not able to be physically in nature for whatever reason, particularly in the pandemic times or life situations. If that's the case, you can do a guided imagery journey to connect with a place in nature that grounds and sustains you and supports healing your critical inner voice. You can use your imagination to connect with nature and to ground you and to heal or to begin to heal your critical inner voice. So listen to the free guided imagery journey to connect with nature that I'm making available to you. Get grounded and tame the critical inner voice. The link to the audio is below in the description. All you do when you click on the link is you'll be taken to a page where you can sign up and then given access to the audio file. You can listen to it as many times as you need to. And to help get free and tame the critical inner voice so you can go forward in your life.